Okay. Um, this is different, but we'll do a short little live stream here. Hopefully my audio is all right. Just give me a second. It is. Okay. I'll share it on Twitter and then we'll get going here. I I have some things to say. We'll just say that Montreal is definitely definitely a frustrating team, so we will get started on this live stream. Nathan Beaulieu is on forward. We are in pain. Hey, it's Angus. Hi, Buxy. Hi, TG Day. How is everyone? Montreal loses 5-0 to the San Jose Sharks tonight in what didn't surprise me to be one of the worst. It didn't surprise me that we lost. It surprised me that we sucked. I'll just say that. Sorry if I keep looking over there. That's where my laptop is. Hi, Disease Master. How are you? Hopefully better than me. The Oilers are doing actually really well right now. So, yeah. Montreal drops their 4th straight and technically 5th straight going back to Stanley Cup Finals, but we don't have to count that because that brings me more pain than anything. Yeah. So we lost to Toronto on opening night. That was expected. Buffalo, that was unexpected. I kind of predicted we'd lose to New York, but this one hurt. 5-0 shutout by Aiden Hill. I honestly don't know what else to say about it. I think that there has to be serious change with the Canadiens going forward, and I wanted to come on a live stream to talk about it so that I didn't have to edit an entire video. And I don't want to do that right now. I'm not really motivated to talk about this team, but I'll try to go through and yeah, frustrating night. 0-5 and no pain, no shame. Yeah, exactly. You're right, Dar. It's I don't know, man. Pain for Shane for sure. Currently the Jets are at their best. Didn't the Jets lose tonight? I thought the Jets lost tonight. Okay, but on topic about the Montreal Canadiens, I think there has to be serious change, starting with the lineups. I don't think necessarily it's time to fire Ducharme yet. I think it's time to give Ducharme a shake back to reality, if you will, and try to make sure that he's like, I don't know, shuffle the lines a bit. Everyone was awful tonight. You can say one bright spot for the team leader in points, Brad Kulak, but besides that, no one else was good. Chin up, King. Yes, sir, Charlie. Future Norris winner, Romana. I'll get to that, Charlie. I'll get to that. Or, Dar. That's not Charlie. Dar. I'll get to that. Trust me. But yeah, 5-0. And I do want to say to all those people who like using the real stats out there, it was a -2 night for Sherrod Savard, and they were on for a goal against power play. I think just one. I didn't see the last goal. I had shut the game off, but yeah, the debut of Adam Brooks tonight was underwhelming, as was Mike Hoffman. And my favorite player played 15 minutes when he should be playing. Yeah, plus minus is a real stat. Exactly. That's why I'm bringing up real stats. Plus minus. And it makes whenever it makes Sherrod look bad and Kulak good, it's a real stat. That's how it works. And Jake Allen was abysmal. Not much else I can say. I love Jake Allen to death, and I don't put this loss on him, but he wasn't good. He just wasn't good. And we will look. Y'all way overpaid for him. For Jake Allen, I don't know about that. I don't know about that, Mason. I think it was still a good trade. He's carrying a lot of the workload right now. I think that there might be a personal thing going on about like players not wanting to play after what happened at the draft. I want to think that they're not wanting to play to their full potential just to get Bergevin fired. I don't think that's realistic, but that's what I want to believe. So that's what I'm gonna go for. Hoffman. Oh my! I don't even want to talk about Mike Hoffman. I forgot he was playing tonight. I forgot he was a Hab. He came out at the ceremony at last game, and I'm like, Mike Hoffman is a Hab. Yay. Yeah, Allen was a great trade. Yeah, Charlie, I misread that one. Sherrod is my sleep paralysis demon. Dude, Sherrod makes me not sleep. I don't know what sleep paralysis really is, but yeah, if it means he can't sleep because of him, Sherrod gives me nightmares. His play. There's a reason the Blues only offered him 3 mil. Yeah, 4.5. I would much rather have Deneau with that contract or even Tatar. Like Deneau signed for less. Edmondson will fix the defense. Exactly. Joel Edmondson, selfless player. He'll come out, drop the gloves, and get the boys going, right? That's how he plays. I wanted to go to Money Puck and share some expected goals tonight. I don't have anything up on the I don't have anything up on the stream set. This is my first time using StreamYard. I'm only using it because the tab was still open from when I was live with Mason the other night. The deserved to win meter is not looking good for Montreal. 22.2% of times after 100 or 1,000 simulations, Montreal wins. Or 23.1. Can you guys see that, or is that too bright? There. Deserve to win meter. There we go. Watch the game instead of reading numbers. I have to get the JFresh charts out to look at how good Alex Romanov is. Kulak Weidman was by far our best pair tonight. I think that yeah, exactly. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you for speaking facts. Yeah, it's definitely something else tonight. Probably one of the worst performances I've seen, except like the 8-1 losses to Boston a few years ago. Like, we're getting killed by anyone. We're 0-3 against American teams since the lockdown. So yeah, that's just fun. And our schedule coming up makes everything seem worse. Carolina, Detroit, we're definitely losing those 2 games. The Detroit Red Wings own us. San Jose again, but in San Jose. Then LA, who is going to just destroy us. Anaheim, Detroit again, New York, Vegas, LA, Calgary, Detroit. This is we're actually going 0-82, and we still won't get Shane Wright. They'll accuse us of tanking, and then we'll end up with the 3rd overall pick. Actually, no, I don't have to worry about that. Jeff Molson will pay the refs off. But okay, I kept some notes about tonight's game, and I just want to go through them. But first, I'm going to go to the Canadiens page and look at their lineup tonight, and I'm going to say how I would fix it, because it was bad. I didn't like how they set their lineup, and it just was terrible. Okay, so first line was Toffoli, Suzuki, Caulfield. What I would do, honestly, was I would completely change everything. I would put Suzuki with Drouin and Anderson because that had success last year, given it finally fell off. But I think that that would be the line that I'd go with, considering how slow the top line has been. It's just been terrible. And then I would put we don't have any centers. I was gonna say Kotka with Caulfield, but we don't have him anymore. Matthew Savoie is really good. Yeah, I agree. This team needs to trade for Vlasic or Doughty. And Doughty. Yes, that'd turn the team around. End up with a 4th overall pick for sure, Mason. For sure. Grav just uploaded that they're tanking for Shane Wright. Bring it on at this point. I'm at the point where Mason was last year, where I want us to tank, because a draft pick at this point would be so much better. To think we could have ended up with Antoine Lundell or Cole Perfetti, but instead we have Caden Gooley, and now this year's draft doesn't even have to be talked about. But anyway, so the first line I would do Suzuki, Anderson, Drouin. I don't like Anderson. I like Drouin's play style this year, but Anderson's kind of been shaky as expected. But anything to give some help to Nick right now, he's struggling. And then free up Caulfield, put him with a guy like Galley who will actually bring a forecheck to that line. Like Armia did in the game that we were close in against the Rangers. It was 3-1 in that game. It was 3-1. Yeah. Praying we trade Sherrod at the deadline. No, Sherrod's going to sign an extension halfway through the year. Get Wheeler, please. Oh, we should trade for Blake Wheeler to give that veteran presence. Okay, second line, I would put Gallagher, Caulfield, and we don't have any centers. Gallagher, Caulfield, Dvorak, I guess. Who else are you going to put there? Call up Alex Belzile, put him between those guys. Why not? Full tank on Xavier Ouellet, bring him up. Caden Primo can start every game. Well, we could have had Charlie Lindgren, but he's over there dominating in St. Louis's farm team. Meanwhile, we are pathetic and could use him. And then third line, I would go Hoffman, Armia, and Brooks, I guess. And then the fourth line, Toffoli deserves to be on the fourth line, honestly. He's looked invisible. He's been one of our worst forwards by far to start the year. And then defense, I don't even want to talk about Romanov being with Petrie, because that's just undeserved. Romanov's been so bad, and I don't understand why they're putting him with them, because no one deserves to be with Petrie less than Romanov right now. I would even Sherratt should have a chance with Petrie before Romanov at this point. And then so I'd go Petrie, Kulak again, and then I'd go anything but Sherratt Savard, send them both to the ECHL, the Trevor Veer Lions. We'll have fun with them. ECHL All-Stars, and then they'll be brought back up and signed to big contracts by Bergevin when he goes to LA. And then so I would go with Romy Weidman, second pair. No, you have to split up. I'd go Romy Savard and then Weidman Sherratt. I think that's the only way that you can go there. And then obviously all you have is Jake Allen and net. So yeah, painful for sure. But no pain, no shame. Just as Dar said. Belzile cleared waivers, and Wait, did I leave Adam Brooks out? I think I left Adam Brooks out. Oh, I never finished. I just did the top 6. Fourth line, Brooks, Evans, Toffoli. I don't know. I feel like we have too many. I don't even know what the right wording would be. Too many scores? Not. I don't know. No, obviously we don't have enough scores because we're not scoring goals. We just got shut out by Aiden Hill. Habs need to trade for Cole Perfetti for the defense. Sherratt in a second for Dylan DeMello. Is DeMello good? Anyone's better than Sherratt, right? You know this. You're a Jets fan. You're one of the 4 Jets fans in the entire world. So you know that Sherratt's terrible. Last year of his contract, though. So can't wait for that 10 by 10. That'll be sweet. Montreal's just bad. Shane Wright's going to be ours. Will Shane Wright fix the Canadiens, though? That's my question. Shane Wright, obviously, probably the best first overall pick talent that we're going to see since McDavid, unless I know Lafreniere is in that conversation, but he has, I don't know. I would put Shane Wright ahead of Laugh. And yeah, so I guess we're gonna have Dvorak, Suzuki. You know Shane Wright's gonna start the season on the 4th line next year if he's drafted by us. Yeah, Sherratt's 100% getting an extension. Even if Berge leaves, I feel like the next guy's gonna sign him. Jets need Shane Wright for the 4th line. Yeah, the Jets top 9 is stacked. So another question that I want to ask you guys, and I want to engage the chat in this. This is why I'm live streaming it, because I have questions for the chat. It's, who do you think would be the bigger problem in management? Is it Alex Burrows, Dom Ducharme, or Marc Bergevin? I have my answer, but you guys can answer yours. Obviously, Burrows, power play coach. Power play is like 0 for 13, 14, 15. I don't even know. I just know we haven't scored a goal yet this year. And I don't have facts on that, but I'm positive we're last place unless there hasn't been a team that has, unless there's been a team that hasn't had a power play yet. Let's look at the team stats. Power play percentage. Okay, we are tied with New Jersey, Boston, Florida, and Winnipeg for the worst power play in the league. I don't know how many power plays Winnipeg's had, or any of those teams. Have those teams had more than 3? We suck. Okay, shots against per game, face-off percentage. Where's hits? I need hits. That's the real stat. Where's hits? NHL act no. Wait, where's hits? More stats. Okay. Marc Bergevin needs to get fired. Yeah, but given it's the last year of his contract, do you think he will? Team stats. I need hits. Hits. They don't have hits. How am I supposed to know who's the best team in the league if they don't have hits listed on NHL.com? This is ridiculous. There is no hits. Who leads the league in hits? This is a Sportsnet stat. Come on. Surely it's here. Anyways, we're second last in everything. Or, no, that's wins. Hey, we aren't the only winless team. We're the first team to 4 losses, though. So that's something special. That's something to be proud of, honestly. We're so bad. So bad. But yeah. So TGJ says Burge has to go. It's the last year of his contract. Will they fire him? Will they keep him? I feel like that's a conversation that has to be had. Is my light too bright, by the way? I don't know. Oh well, it doesn't matter. Um it's definitely a conversation that has to be had, but also there's struggles with the power play. I miss Claude Julien. And yeah. It, I never thought there'd be a coach that would make me miss Claude Julien, but now we have Claude Julien Jr. So it's worse. Julien never changed his lines though. Ducharme throws him in a blender all the time, but it's always the wrong ones. And he always makes the worst ones. Yep, exactly, Charlie. Montreal leads the league in hits. The only thing that matters. For sure. Nothing else. Who cares about anything but hits? We're fine. He needs to get fired, like Paul Maurice. Dominic Ducharme gets fired and replaced by Paul Maurice. I guarantee. It just feels like a Habs thing to happen, as they'll hire the worst coach on the market. I can't believe that this team had a chance at Gerard Gallant, but decided to go on to the Stanley Cup Finals instead. Like, if they just lost another game against Toronto, like, sure, then the curse would be broken and the hockey world would hate us forever, but we'd have Gerard Gallant. No, we probably wouldn't, actually. Impending Sherrod 9 times 10 mil for sure. That's happening. Welcome to the chat, by the way, Levi. It's I want Burge to leave to LA though. That would be cool, but also really bad. Son of David needs to go to Montreal. We need help, man. I don't think anyone can save this. I don't want to write off a season so early though, because I want to say that there's still hope, but there it just doesn't seem like there is. It's just a spiral downhill every single year, and it feels like we're heading towards another 8-game losing streak with the schedule that's coming up, because we can't beat Detroit, we aren't going to beat Carolina. Carolina outmatches us at everything. KK is scoring a hat trick, so is Tony DeAngelo. Well, he's at it, but they're 0-4. Yeah, I'm not writing it off, but I'm saying something needs to change. They're not just gonna suddenly snap out of this and win. You know that, Charlie. Like, if they snap out of it and win, they'll win one game and then go on another 8-game losing streak. I want to have hope. I'm not saying anything about writing the season off, but right now we have the best odds at Shane Wright, which matters. Let's check the Money Puck playoff odds. This will be good if we have anything. We have a 45% chance still, but we have no, we don't have the lowest odds to win the cup. Never mind. 3-3 Winnipeg in the Wild. Nice. I hope the Wild win that one. I thought Winnipeg was playing the Sabres. No, Vancouver's playing the Sabres. That's right. Okay. Or Vancouver played the Sabres. I just feel like when we meet the Ottawa, when do we even play the Sens? I don't know when we play the Senators, but that's going to be another tough stretch. I feel like we'll just snap out of this just to. I don't want to predict the future or anything or like speak something into existence or say something like this, but I feel like there'll be a crucial injury as soon as we snap out of this streak. And that's just going to hurt us. You can't say that Carey being gone isn't hurting us right now. It sucks, man. I'm not saying that we'd be 4-0 if Carey was here, but and I'm not blaming Jake Allen either. Just feels tough. Bottom of the league. Pretty nice down here, though. I'm not gonna lie. We're the worst team in hockey. 4 games played, 0 points. And a tough schedule. And it's not actually that tough of a schedule. It's just we historically, or not historically, but recently have not been good against Detroit. Who knows about Seattle? But like we could beat Seattle, but and then a California trip. The California trip is always tough. It would be 0-4 with Carey too. The problem goes deeper than the coaching staff and the roster. Berge. Yeah, I think it's Berge too. I think Berge has to go, but and I'm not defending him. I hate his guts. I hate almost everything he's done. But it being the last year of his contract, I don't know. Like I said earlier in the stream, I wanted to tell myself that it's something like the players and they're wanting their will to play for the Canadiens right now, but it's not. There's just something going on. And like Toronto, that's a game that I feel like Carey could have stole though. Like Charlie, I'm not blaming Jake for that. Jake played great in that game, but just felt like the atmosphere that Carey could have won that game and gave us a little momentum. There was nothing we could have done against Buffalo. Buffalo was just all over us all game. And then same the last 2 nights. Give me a fun fact. Old teacher is friends with Paul Maurice. Wow. That must suck. I don't know. What is it like in Winnipeg? Like, yeah, I'm guessing that you're from Winnipeg then. Like, do the fans really like Paul Maurice? I can't honestly look at that situation and think that there's a single fan in that fan base that likes Paul Maurice and is willing to like admit that he's not the problem. It would have been cool to see Dolan get a hat trick tonight. I think. Or did he? No, that was LeBanc. Meyer with like a 3-point night? Yeah. Timo Meyer 3-point night. Oh, they hate him? Yeah. Figured. Anyway, last thing that I want to go over is some of the players, specifically the defense and some of the additions. I personally think, given the situation that David Savard has been put in, playing 20 minutes a night beside Ben Sherratt, I think he has. I had very low expectations for him, and he's lived up to them, and he's exceeded them, and I've been impressed by him having to play with Sherratt. It's not a good pair, but I definitely think Savard's the stronger of those two. I thought he was nothing but a bottom pair D-man that would end up being thrown in the top 6, and it would be a disaster for us. But I think Savard has been decent this year, but it's been Romanov, Petrie, Sherratt. Those are 3 guys that without Edmondson to start the year, and I don't like Joel Edmondson, but I'll admit he has a much bigger role in this team, and so does Shea Weber. Weber had a much bigger role in this team than I initially thought, but also it's losing to losing to Tar. Those made up 2/3 of our top line, and you can't just find those players on the street. And then you're ending up with guys like Josh Anderson in trades of consistent players or more consistent players like Max Domi, and you're trading him for a guy that scores one 2 goals every 10 games, and then they think he's the next Wayne Gretzky. And expectations for the fan base, I think, were way too high. I hated our offseason, so I'm not really surprised by this. I'm upset still, but I'm not surprised. I wouldn't run around firing anyone yet, but I'm definitely thinking that it's either Marc Bergevin has a leash on Dom Ducharme right now and is trying to, but the interim tags is gone. So I think it's Ducharme doing all the coaching right now. I think the line combos need to be just changed a little bit, and then we'll see what happens going forward. I expect a big change at practice next game, and I wouldn't be surprised if Montembeault plays against. No, it's Carolina. Monty's not playing there, but they might play against Detroit. Who knows? Detroit's a decent team though. He's not playing against Detroit on a Saturday night. No. But anyway, I don't have very much more to say about the Habs. So I think I'm gonna end the stream right about here. Thank you guys for all coming by, watching. I'll leave this public because I didn't want to have to edit a video on this and talk about this team, because I feel like it's too early to make a full-on rant about my team. But I think it's valuable to look at the team at all stages and realize, hey, it's not going well, so maybe we have to reevaluate things. And if Dom Ducharme and the coaching staff's not going to do that and change the power play around, maybe get Jeff Petrie out there. I don't like Romanov. I think a lot of people know I don't like Romanov. He deserves to be on the power play, though. He deserves to be on the top power play unit. He passes the puck. He deserves to be on the power play unit all playoffs. It shouldn't have been Weber. Shouldn't have been Petrie. It should have been Romanov 1, Romanov 2, Gustafsson 1. If Eric Gustafsson wasn't, I don't want to call him a defensive liability, but if he was a little bit better defensively, I would have loved to see him resign because he brought that element. But at the same time, I'm really happy with Chris Weidman. I think that's been a really underrated pickup. Sucks that he's going to be the one pushed out the lineup when Edmondson comes back. But yeah, don't have much more to say about this team. I might turn this into a regular thing, talking about them, because they have to be talked about. If they continue to struggle, if they're good, but we'll see a while from now. I'm gonna try to work on a video. I've got a script ready about the Edmonton Oilers. I have to watch their game tonight before I can make that video, but might have something Thursday out. I'll see you guys all in the next stream. Like I said, I'll leave this public if anyone wants to watch it after. So thanks for coming by, everyone. Charlie, Dar, TGJ, Fan, Disease Master, everyone. Thanks for coming by. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.